So hey, how's it going? How's it going? My name is Frank, and apparently there's a streamer that went online and whined about only making 10k a month, which is crazy. I mean, even if she was right, whining about earning 10k a month is a crazy idea. Don't do it. And yeah, I had a bad day, so we're gonna talk some smack, okay?
How expensive it is to keep up with content creation, you can get a 10k check from Twitch. What the fuck is a 10k check when you gotta spend 5k on trips just to travel?
First of all, the sound effects are horrible. Second of all, 5k a month for traveling. 5k per month on traveling that you have to spend to keep up with content creation. Listen, we're going to talk about it some more. I'm just going to quickly mention one singular person, one singular month, 5k spent on traveling. Where the fuck you traveling to? To the moon? To the Middle Earth or something? I don't get it, bro. 5k is crazy.
5k on trips just to travel, $500 on setup shit, fucking $2,000 on your rent, fucking $200 on Wi-Fi, $200 on IRL toolkit. You gotta pay the clippers, pay a YouTube editor. Chat, I don't think y'all realizing I be going into negative doing this shit, okay? Y'all know how
Yeah, you're going into negative and it's your decision, right? So stop bitching about it, right? But let's take the whole picture. Let's talk about the whole thing. So she makes 10k a month, which I think is a sufficient amount of money for pretty much anyone in the world, right? Like that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Then 2k for rent. You have to pay rent. Of course, you can rent like a verse place or whatever. But like, if you have some sort of like an internet notoriety or fame or whatever, you probably want to spend a little more, right? So that you're secure. Blah blah blah. So I get it, and I think that 2k is a good amount to pay for rent. You know what I mean? If you make 10k a month, right? So I think we can all agree on that. However, then we get into the interesting part. She said that keeping up with content creation is very expensive because you have to, pay for the IRL toolkit and Wi-Fi and this blah blah blah. So she's only talking about like female IRL Twitch streamer shit, in my opinion, right? Because like if you do the shit that I do or Charlie does or whatever, right? Just sitting here and talking smack, you can do this for free, right? Like I'm a VTuber, so I have to have like a decent PC, right? But whatever, it's like borderline free, you know what I'm saying? Or like you have to have like a start investment of like $1,000 or few $1,000, right? And then you're set to go, you know what I'm saying? However, she's probably not talking about every single content creator. She's only talking about IRL streamers. So that's how I perceive it, right? So that's what I will be talking about, right? So she spends all that money on the IRL toolkits and shit like that, which again, she makes IRL content, makes sense. Okay, spend that money, that's fine. So she's on like, I don't know, like 3k, right? 7k left. Now the interesting part, 5k for traveling, like for what? You know what I mean? Like 5k is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. She's an IRL streamer, so she probably wants to travel, places to have content to show, to her viewers, blah blah blah. Again, I don't think you have to do it. I think that if you're an IRL streamer and you have good ideas, right? Like, I don't know. I've seen like an IRL stream where a dude was working for like McDonald's or whatever, and I thought it's hilarious and it was free. You know what I'm saying? It was in his own town, so no money spent there. You can do interesting stuff and not leave your city. I think you don't have to spend 5k, traveling. However, she feels like she needs to spend 5k a month on traveling, right? And then when you put this money, together with the rent and the editors and whatever the fuck, she is in red numbers. She's not making enough. And listen, it's a business, right? You're running a business. You're a full time streamer. You're running a business, and that business isn't making money. So you have few options right here, and I will tell you what these options might be. So, first option is to change your content. Like I said, don't travel. Don't spend 5k on traveling. Traveling for 5k every month is crazy. So maybe do something locally or whatever the fuck. I think it would be the easiest solution. Well, the easiest solution would be to stop bitching, but we will move away from that. Second option is to accept that you will invest money into your business. You know what I'm saying? You're losing money. You can see it as being, in red numbers. You can see the situation as losing money. But if you look at it from the other side, it might be an investment into your future career that would, potentially be able to make you millions, blah, blah, blah. So, maybe just change your outlook on the situation and see that, you're spending money, on your passion, on something that you want to do. You're investing that money, you're not losing it. In fact, what I'm saying? Again, very easy. You can do it right now. And the third option is that she said that she spends, again, like $1,000 or something on editors and clippers and blah blah blah, and people that make her thumbnails and shit. And listen, this is how it works in business. Again, I talk about everything. I don't understand anything, but finance, I can handle finance, right? I studied finance. I like it. So in business, it works this way, right? So you have two resources, right? Like two main resources. You have money and you have time, right? So you decided that you're gonna pay for your editors, which I understand because editing is boring and it takes a lot of time. Like rendering takes a lot of time as well. So you have a person that does that for you. But again, if you don't want to be in red numbers, maybe don't pay for that shit, and instead of that, spend your time editing yourself so that you don't have to spend money on it. You can spend your time on it, right? Again, you won't be in red numbers. But again, editing is hard, is boring, I get it. But like clippers, I really don't think you have to be paying for clippers if you don't have money for them. You know what I'm saying? I think that editor, sure, it's hard. It's like a skill that you need to learn, blah blah blah. But like clipping, I think you can do yourself, you know what I'm saying? But you don't even have to be doing it yourself. I think you can, that people from your community would probably do it for free if you gave them permission, to run, their own YouTube channels and clip whatever they want. I think they would do it on their own. And last but not least, thumbnails. Again, I think it takes like a little bit of like artistic touch, to thumbnails to be successful. However, I think you can do it, yourself. I'm doing my thumbnails and I fucking love it, bro. It's honestly, it's probably one of my favorite things to do. Aside from talking smack and taking care of my bulldogs, making thumbnails is the best, bro. Like I've been putting like little dicks in like YouTube thumbnails and hiding shit in them. It's the funniest shit ever. But yeah, that's it. That's how you get rid of this situation. Stop bitching about it and act. I just told you how you can change it, and you can, right? So to close up this video, this very boring video, I'll just say 10K a month is crazy. A lot of people in the world are dreaming about making this much money. And if you're making this much money, stop spending it. You know what I'm saying? If you feel that you have to spend that much money, I guarantee you it's just a feeling. I think that you can stay competitive, with your competition, even if you don't spend 5K a month on traveling. I think that everyone can see that. Yeah, that's it. Change your outlook. Stop bitching. I really don't think that anyone in the world cares about a fucking, you know what I mean, like a streamer, professional streamer that makes only 10K a month. I think that no one really cares. And I don't really think that anyone is sympathizing with you. I think that people are looking at this like, it's your own decision. You know what I'm saying? Like you're making 10K, but you made a decision to spend more than 10K. So it's your doing. You know what I'm saying? Like no one's robbing you. No one's taking your money. You're spending it yourself. And, maybe if you don't want to be in red numbers and you don't want to change your outlook or your content, maybe you should stop altogether. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it is. Some businesses just are not successful, but like the thing that's triggering me the most is that she can, you know what I mean? She's making 10K a month. She can just spend less fucking money and, and be rich. You know what I'm saying? I don't really get it, bro. But yeah, that's it. I just, like I said, I'm not in a very good mood, so I wanted to rant a little bit. I hope it made sense. It probably didn't, because that's how I roll, you know what I'm saying? My name's Frenny. See you later.